Good evening or morning, whenever you're watching this. I'm Mr. Waldemeyer, and welcome to Virtual Back to School Night. Alright, I started with two quick little pans around the two main rooms that I'm in. This one is room 12. This is where when I do classes like CAD 1, CAD 2, architecture, design engineering, electronics is sometimes down there. And the other main room I'm in is 163. This is the metal shop. This is where I do metal tech, and we sometimes go for parts of electronics or design engineering, depending on the kind of space and materials that we need. These are a couple examples of metal tech projects that we've done in the past. I'm always trying to come up with different ideas, try some different things. For the in-person people, there are basically three things that will make up their grades. There is safety quizzes. Before we go over or use any machine, I go over the safe use of the machine, demonstrate how to use it, get a volunteer, have them try how to use it, and then we'll take a safety quiz on it. They also get a daily work and cleanup grade, and then the large part of their grade is the project. It is a project-based class, so to do well in the class, you need to complete a project. If you don't complete a project, it will be a tough one for you. So we've done a lamp where do some basic welding, some hot bending, cold bending, very basic electrical work where we'll wire up a socket. This was a kind of design your own project where they came up or found different designs, and then we kind of bent and welded metal to create a line design or line art of their own choosing. And then for sheet metal, we usually do a toolbox. Measurement is a big challenge with the toolbox. Alright, my next class is architectural drawing. I just drew up one of the examples from last year. I'm having problems with the program right now, so I couldn't show a live view of it, but we printed out one of the renderings last year for one of the students. Basically, we start pencil and paper and design a house, and then kind of add in the details, and then we transfer it onto the computer, and then we create a rendering and include all of the details and plans that would go with it. Alright, my next class is design engineering and problem solving. It's a hands-on, very problem-based class. How it works is I will give the students a design brief with some sort of problem that they're trying to solve, and there'll be restrictions. I'll give them testing guidelines and how it's going to be evaluated, and then they will brainstorm ideas, work collaboratively, and then they will also test their solutions. And depending how the testing goes, they will make modifications and retest. These two here are just examples of gearing ratios that they were working on. They were trying to create a car that was going as slow as possible but still continuously moving. So here's a quick video I had saved where they created sumo bots to try and push each other out of a circle. And we were working through a whole bracket system, like a little robot tournament. So, part of it uses Lego Mindstorms. The other part of the class will be hands-on kind of building problem solutions, and that would include things like mousetrap cars, towers made out of mill folders, There's just a few examples. Next is electronics. I couldn't find a ton of good pictures of electronics projects, so I just threw up one of the projects that we do each year, every year. Once we go over the components and the basic principles of electronics, we will build some different circuits. This one is actually a super basic game. It's kind of like a missile defense game. These LEDs would light, and then they would go down one of the paths, and then they would want to hit this button to kind of defend their base down here. And it's all, including all the parts. They will solder everything, test the circuit, make sure everything's working, troubleshoot, and solve any problems that they come across. CAD 1 is some basic computer-aided drafting design. Right now, we're starting with some pencil and paper stuff. I just want to get a base of that just in case we would need to do pencil and paper in the future. But once we do a couple pencil and paper, we will move on to the computers, and we use the Autodesk program, and it's the AutoCAD under the umbrella of Autodesk, where we'll do, most of the time it's going to be two-dimensional drawings. These are some of the first really simple ones. We'll get into some more involved, in-depth, more challenging ones as the semester goes on. Alright, so this is for my CAD 2 class. We do a lot of 3D modeling and problem solving in this class too. This video here is a video of an assembly that we did where we added all the parts in and then assembled them to create a moving fixture. This example of some brainstorming we did, and then we actually use a 3D printer to kind of test out their designs. And Foundations of Tech is a survey course where they will get a little taste of everything. These are some examples of projects that we've done in the past. As long as the rooms are open, we try and get in and do something using metal, welding, casting, do something with woodworking. This is an example of a bench that they've done in the past. And then if we have time, we try and get in and do something with drafting, just to get them a taste of the different areas to see which ones that they like and would like to pursue further. So that's the end of my slides and all my classes. If you ever have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out, and I'm looking forward to working with your children this year, and hopefully everyone has a good year this year.